Parents, listen up. If you want better, faster, more cost-effective, evidence-based system to get your child, teen, or young adult back on track, please listen very carefully. Do you want to increase peace in your home, better sleep at night, hope? How about a family dinner without all the screaming? Or your child smiling again, and a better relationship with your spouse? Because let's face it, teens triangulate, they parent shop, and often lean or manipulate on who they think is the weaker link of the parent to get what they want. That ultimately bleeds into your marriage when it doesn't have to anymore. We don't just talk about behavioral problems. We intervene where they actually happen, the home. We measure progress with observable and measurable data, trackable behaviors, instead of subjective conversations, often where kids manipulate, and we coach the entire family through the system, not just the identified child. We combine behavioral science, accountability, mentorship, executive functioning, health, diet, fitness, and parent leadership into one integrated model. And most of all, we implement a very simple system to hold the whole family accountable in the home where all this mostly takes place. Because if they can't get it right in the home, they're not going to get it right outside of the home. And when you work with us, here's what you can expect. A broken mental health system. Therapy isn't failing you guys because therapists are bad. The biggest flaw of modern mental health isn't what you think. It's why 1 hour of therapy can't compete with the other 167 hours at the home. Your child doesn't need another appointment or another therapist or new meds. The home is where the behavior is created. So for families that have tried traditional approaches but still feel stuck, Higher Grounds Management adds the missing ingredient, real-world implementation and accountability inside your home. Parents are accidentally reinforcing the same behaviors they're trying to reduce. Most parents accidentally reward the exact same behavior they're trying to stop. If your child argues every night, this is probably why. You don't have a discipline problem, you have an inconsistency problem. Accountability creates confidence. Confidence doesn't come from accomplishments, it comes from keeping promises. The fastest way to raise self-esteem isn't praise, it's responsibility. Our brains love patterns. Kids don't repeat behaviors because they're bad, they repeat behaviors because they're rewarded. And I know, forgive your heads, not your heart. Most of all, digital addiction. This is an ongoing problem, guys. We are too fast to go to a doctor for a quick diagnosis of ADHD or oppositional defiance and accept prescription medication. All this is unfinished work, which sometimes is a quick cop-out to avoid looking in the mirror, which only creates temporary relief and/or a shortcut. When all a shortcut truly means is we'll need to do this step all over again anyways. So your teenager isn't lazy, they're neurologically overstimulated. Your child's phone is competing against you and it's winning. Your child doesn't need another therapist, more therapy. And therapy only works 1 hour a week. The other 167 hours in the home determine everything. So we stopped asking kids how they feel and instead started measuring what they actually do. Every behavior has a payoff. We have to find the payoff, then we change the child. The biggest parenting mistake isn't yelling, it's inconsistency in the home. The home creates the habit, not the therapist's office. Parents don't need more advice, they need a better system. Feelings don't change behavior, accountability does. Most consequences accidentally reward bad behaviors. And here's why. The phone isn't the problem, the relationship is. Kids crave structure more than freedom. Motivation follows action. Confidence follows accountability. You can't heal chaos with more chaos. So stop managing moments and start managing the patterns. So why traditional therapy stops at the office and why real change happens in the home. Discover why so many families feel stuck and how to measure behavioral systems that create lasting change. Higher Grounds Management, the Family Accountability Blueprint. How families dramatically reduce conflicts without constant punishment or yelling. The Behavior Reset. How to stop repeating the same battles every week using evidence-based behavioral systems. We've been treating the wrong problem. You've tried therapy, you've tried medication, you've tried consequences, you've tried grounding, you've tried rewards, and nothing is sticking. The problem isn't your child. The problem is that the behavior happens at home while treatment often happens somewhere else. Introducing award-winning behavior intervention, Higher Grounds Management, or Problem Solver. Your child only spends 1 hour with a therapist. What about the other 167 hours living their normal life? Which environment do you think shapes behavior? That becomes our entire approach. What every parent gets wrong: parents think that bad behavior starts with bad choices. Behavior analysis knows something different. Bad choices usually come from repeated patterns. Once you change the pattern, then and only then can you change the child. The reason? The environment keeps reinforcing them. The proof? Behaviors learned, and learned behaviors can be changed. The solution? A measurable accountability system that my team and I will implement for a calm home with confident parents and a responsible child. Higher Grounds Management helps families achieve lasting behavioral change by replacing the guesswork with measurable accountability, real-world coaching, and evidence-based systems implemented where behavior actually happens in your home. The problem isn't that your child won't change. The problem is the system around them hasn't changed yet. I'm Tynan Mason from Higher Grounds Management. Contact us today and we'll steer you in the right direction regardless. Thanks, everyone.